Well, we are well known for our relaxed attitude to life, but Aussies are also prolific inventors. In fact, we well and truly punch above our weight, creating plenty of things that have changed the world. Science journalist Wendy Zukerman has come up with her list of some of the best of them. And it's a real surprise package, isn't it, Wendy?
It is. I thought we'd start with perhaps the most tenuous link. Google Maps was developed mostly in Australia by two Danish brothers, Lars and Jens Rasmussen.
Oh, yes. Good Australian names.
That's right. No, really, the only reason they found themselves in Australia was because one had a Cuban girlfriend, who's now his wife, couldn't get a visa into America, so found their way into Australia. So we take them as our own.
Claim them.
We'll take that.
Came here and couldn't find their way around because the streets are so confusing, so they had to invent Google Maps.
Exactly.
I love it. Great idea.
Remarkably, they had $16 in their pockets when they were pitching this to all these entrepreneurs. No one liked the idea. Finally, they met up with Larry Page and he said, I'll take it.
Wow.
Now they're doing very well for themselves.
What about Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi is another sort of young, the little guy that came up and battled them all story. John O'Sullivan from CSIRO and his team developed the Wi-Fi, then had to battle all of the big guns for it in a massive court case that ended in 2012 with a really large settlement, so we can take the Wi-Fi as our own.
And the CSIRO still gets royalties from it, doesn't it? But it only gets, I think it's only got about 400 million or something, which you would think for something that everyone in the world now uses.
Yeah, 3 billion devices around the world are said to use Wi-Fi, and they had to make a settlement of around $400 million. Wow. So, I mean, and then I was reading some blogs and people are still saying, oh, you never proved that Wi-Fi was Australian because you made a court settlement. It wasn't a judgment. We'll take it as our own.
I would like to know why the NBN doesn't know about Wi-Fi.
That's another kettle of fish.
Yeah, that's a discussion for another day. You and I could have a really good talk about that.
We'll have a chat after. The bionic ear, as well.
Yes, absolutely.
That's right, Dr. Graham Clark. We thank him for that. It's being used by over 200,000 people around the world. Again, this guy was called a clown when he was working on the device. People didn't think it was going to work.
For the first time.
And look at that.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
It makes me cry when I see these little kids. And the dual flush dunny.
The dual flush dunny, that's right. We've got to be proud of ourselves for this. Bruce Thompson, as if we don't have enough choices in the world, saves millions of litres of water every year. Now we have two options.
So simple as well.
Exactly, but not because they had to design the bowl to be able to use less water to flush down everything.
Right.
Seems simple.
As they say, if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow.
Oh, please, we're not in drought at the moment, Joe. We can't have to worry about it at the moment.
Debatable, that one.
I think it's even older. The saving water in the dunny. I know I've spoke about toilet rolls last time, but we used to, when we were kids, we used to put a brick in the cistern. Yeah. Remember? So it took up less water. That's Archimedes, you put a brick in.
And that was the inspiration for the working out how they could have a dual flush.
They must have had relatives in the country.
June, your childhood sounds like Bear Grylls.
We've also got the feature films.
Yep.
That's right. In 1906, the story of the Kelly Gang is widely thought to be the very first feature film. Remarkably, you can see how violent it is right there. Kids were so excited about it. There were reports of criminal activity. Kids in Ballarat made their own little gangs and held up other kids at gunpoint after watching this film.
Cute.
No, so why are we worrying about video games? We've been doing it forever.
Exactly. It was wildly popular. We'll take feature films as our own.
Good to see kids getting outdoors and making their own fun.
Exactly. Displayed. Now, someone's given me a spork here. That's clearly a different utensil.
That is not a spade.
That's not a spade.
So what's a spade?
It needs a knife on the side. It really needs to unite.
Don't you cut your mouth then?
I'm really disappointed because I should have actually been thinking about what we were going. I actually have splades at home.
Like
I could have brought one in. That's what I've got to set just like that.
It's got to have a little bit of a
can't
blade.
believe you've never seen those
on the side.
So it's a combination. It's a fork, a knife, a spoon, all in one.
It's everything. 1943.
We have family splades too. We have the family set. We share them.
And they were invented because the Aussie Barbie sitting there trying to eat with the plate on your lap. You could actually you only needed to have one instrument because you could actually cut and then eat without having
Chinny
to...
in the other hand.
Well, at least balance it all without having to do all this and make sure it didn't fall off your lap. That's why they're
brilliant.
I'm pretty sure.
The notepad as well. This is an Australian invention.
Wow.
1902. It took a Tasmanian stationer
Wow.
to put a little bit of glue and some cardboard, and bam. So remarkably,
It's so simple.
isn't it? Humans were using
So what
paper.
I've done, right, is I've got some paper and I've got some glue and then I stuck them together.
And just finally, the goon bag.
The goon bag.
That's not surprising at all.
But of course.
No, that's not.
That's the most obvious invention that anyone in Australia could come up
That's
with.
right. 1965, the man who invented the goon bag. When he brought it home to his son was like, "You are crazy," as if anyone is going to buy wine, shoved in a box with a plastic bag inside. Oh boy, was he wrong.
Oh boy. Wait, can I just ask? I know I'm ignorant. Where does the word goon come from?
Well, we were just
Well,
talking about this.
my explanation, my understanding is that when I was younger, you didn't actually have these because I keep on telling you I'm so old. We had flagons.
Flagons.
And we used to call
Correct.
flagons goons.
Right.
So I'm assuming that we just translated the goon from the bottle goon into the paper.
Because it was
into
like a
this one.
gallon or something,
Yeah,
goon.
but it was
Oh.
a goon. It was always, could you call wine goon? That's what
Yeah.
you used to
Goon
drink goon out
It's
of the
been
goon.
enlightening,
flagon.
Wendy. Thank you very much. The inflatable escape slide too, which is very cool, was also invented by an
That's
Aussie.
changed
It's
the
true.
face of airline
Yeah,
safety.
and the black box as well.
The black box.
Yeah, there you go.
We have
Just
to
a little
take
thing.
a real
Sorry.
quick break.